Welcome back, everybody. Well, it's a kind of a rainy day here, so probably won't be doing a lot of things outside. We'll be working in the shed here on some spoons and stuff, and you'll see a spoon that we've been working here. And this is what you call ambrosia maple. You'll see the fungal track right here of an ambrosia beetle, and let me pick it up for you. You'll see the characteristic little holes of where they entered the wood. And this particular piece of wood is well, it's probably been sitting over in the other shed for, I don't know, a couple of years, but I've been slowly gouging the bowl section out, and we'll work on the handle some. And this is a little bit of a ladle from spalted maple, and we can keep on sanding it down until we get to that point we're happy with it. But some pretty cool structure in there, grain in there. And these two particular spoons, ladle, whatever you want to call them, they came from the same exact limb that I cut up a good while ago and been storing it. But I'll show you how kind of lightly gouging the bowl out here. Alright, because this wood is really old, you really don't want to torque down on it too hard. You want to shave it off real easy, just very slightly. And what you do on one side, I kind of reverse it and you just kind of look at the back side and make sure that your gouging isn't going to pop out the other side. But this is, like I said, this is what they call ambrosia maple. It's not a particular type of tree, it's the species, I should say. It's more of a softwood type maple, and an ambrosia beetle has entered it at some point, and you'll normally see 1, 2, or 3 little holes. And this discoloration is the fungal track, so to speak. And makes some really pretty stuff once you get it all worked out and stuff. And still got to work out this handle shape. And this kind of combination spoon ladle, more of a ladle than a spoon. I had to let it dry up some before I continue sanding, because it's such a humid place here in southeast Virginia. I mean, we're only like 6 miles from the Atlantic Ocean, and surrounded by water on 3 sides, so where I'm at. So anyway, we'll do a little bit more gouging, and then we'll break out the sandpaper again. Real easy. Just take off the slightest bit at a time. This big bold strokes is when you first start. Just ever so slightly. And like I said, just keep a lookout on your depth there. And we've got a couple other little pieces that came from the same limb. This particular one, you could definitely see the spalting up in it. And this was it was really wet when I started. And this one here, you can definitely see the tracks of the beetles and all that through the wood. Anyway, let's break out our sandpaper and see if we can't shave this down a little bit, because I don't know how much further we want to go. It's still got some girth in there. Alright, got a little bit smaller of a gouge here, and I usually use it to You take off just little bits at a time here in the bottom part of the bowl, just very gently. Last few days it's been in the upper 70s and 80s Fahrenheit. We even had one day where it got to near 90. But today it's about 55 degrees and rainy, and tomorrow will be about the same. So I guess we'll be doing shed work. Not that I mind. Alright. We could definitely go further. I guess the thing what you got to really decide is what you want to use your spoon for. You're actually going to use it to eat, serve with, or is it just for looks? You know, because if you're going to use it, you're going to have to definitely work out the crank of the spoon. Because if not, it's not going to be pleasant to eat with. But if it's just something that you're going to throw in a box or hang in a wall or something like that, or give somebody, it's just it really doesn't matter. Just finish it up, make it look good as you can get it, and working with this really old wood can be a definite challenge. Alright, we're going to do some gentle sanding. At this point in time in your project, you really don't want to do a lot of heavy anything. Just little bits of work with your gouge, your sandpaper. And I use different grits as I get down to certain depths. And by the look of the thing, kind of cool how it has that line through it. And that's not something I did. That's Mother Nature, insects, bacteria, the amount of rainfall, the weather in general, health of the tree. And this is a real coarse sandpaper here. And we'll try our hand at something a little lighter here. A little finer, so to speak. And I've been doing this a good while, long while, and for a long time I would just sit down in an old lawn chair and knock out a spoon or something like that in a handful of minutes. Now, I just kind of take my time and try to make each piece look as good as I can get. Certainly not an expert, so to speak, if there is such a thing. If you're into spoon making or running a lathe, making things, yeah, just do your thing until it pleases you. This is and like I said, it's been in the other shed over there where I store all the wood and stuff for, I don't know, a couple of years. And I would say that the tree came down probably, I don't know, summer of 2019. One of the little tropical storm / hurricanes that swung past us and knocked things down. But then we'll turn this thing over and try to work on the bowl, sanding a little bit. Alright, we'll do a little bit of sanding on the bowl here. Becoming very clear now. You'll see the channel tracks for the ambrosia beetle. See the two little holes? And then the discoloration is where they followed around. And That's what makes it ambrosia maple. So yeah, don't go to your big box store or your tree store and try to buy an ambrosia maple. It can look at you like you're crazy. It's not a specific species, but more just talking about the a beetle and the path it took through the wood. But you'll always see anywhere from 1 to 3 holes where they started their journey through the wood. Like I said, go easy, take it easy, enjoy yourself. Don't force this old wood to do something it don't want to do. You just take your time. You'll be pleased that you know what you did, even if somebody else thinks it's not so nice. You did it. And I've seen some really beautiful spoon works, and also ferro rods and bowls by some of the other channels. It's absolutely incredible work and just absolutely gorgeous. And that old saying that nobody makes anything anymore in this country. Oh, some of us still do. And a lot of you out there are really good at it, man. Really, really good. Okay, well, like I said, let me show you what it looks like outside real quick. Kind of ooey gooey, dripping. You see the garden out there in the distance, and see the birds out there doing their thing in the bird bath. But that's a combination of drist. I call it drist. It's kind of drizzle, and mist, and fog, and everything else. And the ocean is right back over that way, about 6 miles, and totally surrounded by water, 3 sides. Anyway. Feels really good inside the shed. There's no right or wrong to this. Just break out your hand tools and all that. I got a couple of gouges that I generally use. Detail knife. Got a couple of hook knives, a couple of sloids, little wood mallet. Well, I call them hobby saw. And of course we got some other stuff around here that you'll see. We use our hatchet and all that, and you'll see our work stump over there, cutting the stump, and our spoon mule. Another thing that I use from time to time in my projects is this thing here, a settler's wrench, a Scotch eye auger, and we'll knock out little hunks like this. And real handy tool. You can insert the stick in the eye and have at it. And this thing right here is a worm rattler. Okay, I don't want to make this video too long because we do shorts every day, pretty much, about these projects, and rarely do I actually do a long spoon video, which I don't know why we don't. I guess we could. Yeah, it's starting to, yeah, still got some thickness, but I don't want to go too far. And these holes here will help do the old glue trick. Alright, everybody, thanks for hanging out, and see you on the next video.